My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. We just made it out here to Lone Wolf Mountain, and for this adventure we're staying at the cabin. Folks, it is a beautiful day. I mean, right now it's about 65 degrees. There's a slight breeze. It really does feel nice. The only hiccup in the weather is the humidity. Right now it's really humid. It's quite wet out, to be honest with you. I mean, like as soon as you start to sweat, like you stay wet with sweat. It doesn't evaporate or anything like that. Because of all of the humidity that we have right now, there is a good chance of storms later on this afternoon. Hopefully it will storm and cool things down even more so, and also pull some of that moisture out of the atmosphere. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. We shall see. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Lone Wolf Mountain cabin. I'll tell you what, everybody, let's go inside the cabin and let's open up the windows and the vents. Let's get a cross breeze in there. My friends, it just started sprinkling. It is super light, but there's just a little bit of water falling from the sky. I'll tell you what, before it really begins to rain, and hopefully it does rain, let's set up a tarp real quick. Let's get some protection. It looks like it could rain at any moment, folks. All of a sudden, the sky is black. Here comes the rain, everybody. As it stands right now, everyone, it's raining, but it's very light. I think more than anything, it's just a passing shower. Nonetheless, we have full protection now. We're in good shape. Cheers, everyone. Just like that little short shower, it's moved on. Anyways, we did get the tarp set up in the nick of time, so we're in good shape just in case it does storm later on. One thing I've noticed as I've been setting this up are the amount of yellow jackets on the ground. I mentioned this in a previous adventure. In that adventure, I was talking about what my grandfather would say about the yellow jackets. He said that anytime that you had a lot of yellow jackets making their nests in the ground, that meant a bad winter was coming. I don't know if that's true or not, to be honest. I've never really paid that close attention. This year, though, I have noticed that there are yellow jackets everywhere here at Lone Wolf Mountain. And this is the first time I've really noticed it. They're just crawling all over the ground. They're flying everywhere. So far, in the last couple of weeks, I have found 3 nests in the ground. One of those nests is right over there. It's right over here, everyone. Why don't you all come with me? Let's go check it out. Wow. Something has been digging, trying to get to these yellow jackets. This hole is now huge, but they're still in there. That is still very much active. That is just one of the yellow jacket nests that are in this area. There's one up here that I know of, and there's at least 2 more down in the middle part. I'm sure there's even more than that, but based upon the high amount of yellow jackets that are just everywhere up here, I'm sure there's more than one big nest. But that is a big nest right there. Before something tried digging in it, I mean, the hole itself was that big, and now it's like that. Those yellow jackets don't even like me standing over there. Fair enough. You know what I mean? You may know this, you may not, but I am highly, severely allergic to yellow jackets. So I do not want to get stung. I do have an EpiPen with me, but that only buys me time. It doesn't solve the issue, so my goal is not to get stung. All right, everyone, it is now officially raining. We have a thunderstorm overhead. As I was making coffee and listening to the rain, I was thinking about a few points that we could talk about here. Let's go back to the yellow jackets first. When it comes to yellow jackets, they are aggressive, but only when provoked. Oftentimes, people will misinterpret their curiosity for being aggressive. That's not always the case. They are extremely curious. So oftentimes, they'll be around you, they may even land on you, but they have no intention of stinging you. The best course of action is to let them be. Let them be, and they will leave you alone too. If they come around you, do not swat at them. If they land on you, do not smack them, smash them, because what does that do? That causes them to sting you. Blow them away, and you're good to go. Or at least, that's what I've done my entire life. And again, I am severely allergic to yellow jackets, and most of the time, I don't have an issue, including out here. Point number 2 to talk about is that this is storm number 2 that I have successfully forecasted. I mentioned in my previous adventure that I've been throwing my hat into the ring of forecasting weather events here in the mountains, and so far, I'm 2 for 2. One was a tropical storm that I forecasted maybe a week and a half before it actually hit. The second event was this thunderstorm here. I successfully forecasted that as well. I'm not a pro by any means, but I have been taking some time looking at weather models and trying to figure out how exactly you go about forecasting. So far, I'm 100% right. It's really funny to say that because it's just so ridiculous, but it's true. By the way, folks, if you're interested in weather forecasts and whatnot, you can do everything that the pros do online for free. You can take basically any YouTube channel that does weather forecasting. You can take most news stations and so on. They're not using proprietary tools to gauge what is going to happen to make their estimates. They are using the exact same tools that you can get online for free. In fact, when it comes to at least most YouTube channels, and I'm not trying to discredit them or anything like that, but they just rehash what the National Weather Service says. They even take the graphics from the National Weather Service and use them on their channels. So again, it doesn't take any specialized tools or anything like that. It does take knowledge and education and so on. And I'm not saying that I have all of that stuff, because I certainly don't. I'm tiptoeing into it, I'm trying to learn, and so far, it's really paid off well. And that's because I like being in the rain, right? I like filming adventures in the rain, and I know you all do too. And so far, I'm 2 for 2. And here we go again, everyone. I've been hearing thunder for the last maybe 30 minutes or so. Now the sky's getting darker, rain's beginning to fall again. Over here we have sunshine. Let's see what happens, folks. It's a little bit of a shame though, you know, because I was planning to have a fire tonight. But if it rains really hard, that's not going to be possible. Everything's already soaking wet. Any more rain and it just won't be possible. It won't make sense. So, let's see what happens. I went ahead and I added a few more support bars for this tarp here, just in case. The sky's looking pretty dark over here, and the thunder is quite active, or quite frequent, I guess I should say. To me, this sounds like a pretty good storm coming in, so might as well just prepare a little bit more. Oftentimes, when it comes to like a really good heavy downpour, it can overwhelm your tarp setup. So having additional poles like this will make your life easier. And at the same time, give you more protection while giving your tarp a helping hand with dealing with all of the rainfall. The storm is here, folks. The rain just started. Let's see what happens. By the way, it is 4:07. We'll see how long this lasts. As an update, everyone, it is now 4:30. We're 30 minutes in. So far, it's just been a good rain, nothing too severe. It's really nice being underneath this tarp, just listening to the rain, listening to the thunder. It's perfect. As an update, everybody, we are going on to 5 o'clock and it's still raining. It's fairly light right now, but the winds have picked up just a little bit. My friends, this smells incredible. And it looks good too. What we're having here is pasta with marinara, some meatballs. Oh yeah. Very simple, but at the same time, very good. So what we have here, pasta with meatballs, marinara, green salsa, and just a little bit of ranch dressing. This is a meal of some sort of like meal kit. I asked Susie this morning if she had any ideas of what I should make on this trip, and she gave me this. It's freaking awesome. The green salsa is really interesting. There's like a little hint of vinegar to it. Very unusual, very good. I almost forgot, I did add just a little bit of mozzarella cheese to this. As for the day, it's been a rainy, storming mess. Basically, after about 5 o'clock, I just stopped filming. I came inside, and basically I've just been chilling inside of the cabin here. It rained from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. In fact, it just basically quit. It is a wet mess out there, folks. That's for sure. I think it's raining again, actually. So much for it drying out tonight. It is a little bit disappointing though. I was hoping to have a fire. It would have been a good night for it. It's really not that warm. Since I did some cooking in here, it's a little bit warm now, but outside it feels good, really good. When it comes to the Italian salsa, think of that as like a pesto with like balsamic vinegar sort of thing. It's really good and really unique. Can't say I've ever had that before, but I do like it. At the same time, it's really powerful. A little bit goes a long way. Wow, everybody. It is absolutely coming down. Torrential rainfall. I can't help but look. I'm so drawn to it. Woo! It is raining. It is raining so hard outside, I don't know if you all can hear me or not. I'm impressed. This is a really good rain trip. I got this forecast absolutely right. And the thing is, like the National Weather Service said, there was only a 30% chance of rain today. As you all have seen, I've been cleaning up the cabin after dinner there, and I've used 2 large Ziploc bags. One is strictly for garbage, and the other bag is for the pan, plate, cutlery, and so on. So basically, one bag is for trash, and the other is to wash. Basically, all that I'm doing is just making my life very, very simple, very quick, and very easy. It is now 9 p.m., still pouring outside. Hopefully you all can hear me. I can't even hear myself think, it's raining so hard. My plan is pretty simple. I'm just gonna kick back and chill. It's almost too loud to actually have a conversation here, so this will probably be the last bit of filming that I do tonight. I will see you all in the morning. Thank you so much for joining me for this wet, thunderous trip here at Lone Wolf Mountain. Good night, everybody. I'll see you in a minute. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is 7:30 and I slept in. I got up at 5 and I got up at 6 and it's just too cold, too wet, still raining out there, so I just turned back in. Only now is the rain beginning to stop, but it's still dripping out there. Let's get the stove going. Let's get coffee going because it's cold in here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is coffee time. That's what time it is. It's also about 8 o'clock. The day is getting on already. I shouldn't have slept in, but I'm glad I did. This morning I want to share with you all something I was going to talk about last night with dinner, but it was just raining too hard. Guess who's back in town? After 2 years, my son has moved back. Not into my house, no way, but he's back in the area. He's been away at college for 2 years. He's really jacked up. I mean, he's quite big. He's like a Hulk, you know what I mean? As far as college goes for him, this is what happened. So he went away for 2 years. Originally, he went in for computer science. And along the way, he was doing like some science classes, all that stuff that's required. And he really got into like lab stuff, medical stuff. Upon that realization that he liked doing that type of work better, he changed his degree. He changed his degree to medical research, and that's what he had been working on for like the last year and a half or so. He's going through college. He gets approached by a medical facility up in our area, and he was offered a job. Now here's the kicker. They're going to continue to pay for his education so he can get the degree that he wants. All he has to do is start working now, and they're going to cover the rest, which is amazing. In a very interesting twist of fate, my son is back into the area. He has a good job, a nice place to live, and everything has worked out perfectly. And he gets to finish up his college degree. So it's amazing how things work out, everybody. I'm floored, to be honest. That's not what I expected at all. But so far, things are going great. Let's see, he's been back now for a couple of months, something like that. He's doing his job, getting accustomed to working directly with people. Already, let's see, he just got sick a few days ago. He's got like the super flu or something, I don't know. Sounds like he had like a stomach bug, felt awful. Now he has a sore throat, and everybody in the facility has it. So it's definitely something that's going around, hitting everybody pretty good. So he's recovering now, and he should be back at work on Monday. Today's Friday. That is how it's going to be when you're working directly with patients. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a way to avoid that. Anyways, folks, I wanted to share that with you all. It's been a while since I've given an update on the kids, but everyone's doing great. They're not even kids anymore, but they're my kids. Oh, man. Wow. Everyone's getting old. You know what I mean? All right, folks, let's get our jacket on. Let's go outside. Let's see what the world is like. It is a beautiful morning, everyone. Very foggy, very wet though. The sun is coming up. We have the God rays coming through the trees. Anytime that it's foggy, right, and you have the sun coming up and you have those like fingers of light, those rays of light, those are called God rays. Our tarp setup, it worked great yesterday. This protected us all day long yesterday. I tell you, everyone, what a wet trip this has been. It's been a good trip. And now, everyone, it's time for this trip to come to an end. I want to thank you all so much for joining me for this adventure. Another cabin trip done. I love the cabin, you know what I mean? Everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. I will see you all next week with the next reviews and the next adventure upload. Make sure to check out my second YouTube channel, A Quiet Place Adventures. Every single week, a new adventure is up there as well. Everyone be safe and take care. It's going to be a beautiful day, everybody. The rain, it's not over. More showers, more thunderstorms this afternoon. Basically, today's Friday. We're going to have storms all weekend long. Then we have some sort of big weather maker coming in on Monday, and there's possibly a hurricane coming. It has not formed yet, but the models are calling for it, so we'll see. Gosh, the rays of light coming through the tree here, this is spectacular.